Hello families, this is our first Chapter 1 review test. These are going to be a little bit different. Your child will have to do this all on their own. I will be reading through the directions, but there's certain things that we're not supposed to say and certain things we are supposed to say. So if you are going to be doing this at a different time, try to listen of how I word things, because we can't tell them what these numbers are, because if they're not sure what they are on their own, that is how I know what we still need to practice, and I can give them other activities that will help them learn those. We're all still learning, so if you're not sure what the answer is, that is perfectly okay. You can either just pick an answer what you think is best, but one thing I'd like you to do, if you're not sure of the answer, you can take your best guess, but then put a little circle like this by that number, and that's how I'll know, I'm not quite sure how to do this. I took my best guess, but I'd like Mrs. Medja to help me more on that, okay? So if you do know how to do it, just answer and move on when I'm reading the next problem. I'll erase that one for now. So for number 1 here in the red apple, number 1, you're going to just look at this fish tank and fill in the bubble for which one of these match. I can't tell you what number this is, or what word this is, but if you know what they are, you fill in the bubbles, and you can choose more than one. So don't let that confuse you. If you think more than one of these match, go ahead and fill in that blue bubble. How many fish are there? Now over here in the yellow sun, you're going to count the fire trucks. Remember, if you put your finger on it and point as you go, that will help. How many are there? And pick. So, for example, if you think there are this many, you would fill in the bubble. If you think there's this many, you would fill in the bubble, or if you think there's that many. That's how you choose your answer, okay? I'm going to erase those. And same thing, there might be more than one right answer, so if more than one of these looks right, fill that in. Now over here to the green leaf. How many eggs are in the nest? Write the number on the line. How many eggs are in there? Write the number on the line. The blue flower now. We're going to count how many apples there are and write it on the line. Count how many footballs there are and write it on the line. I'll give you a second. So we're counting how many footballs, writing it on the line, how many apples, how many eggs are in the nest. Don't be fooled by this one. It's not how many nests there are, it's how many eggs are in the nest. Up here, how many fire trucks or fire engines you see, and how many fish. If you need more time, you can pause it, otherwise come to the next page here. Here are 3 groups of limes. You are going to circle the set of limes, or circle the group of limes that have 4 in them. Only the groups that have 4, so you're going to count each group of limes, and if there's 4 in them, you're going to circle the groups that have 4. In the pink heart, the next question, you're going to count the cubes and write it on the line underneath. So you're going to count and write the number. Count how many cubes there are and write the number for everyone. This will be a good spot to pause me, because I will be giving you a little bit of time to work on this as I read it, but if you need more time, that is okay. So once you're done counting how many cubes and writing it on the line, you're going to come down here to the fish, and you're going to write the numbers 1 to 5 in counting order. You're going to write them in counting order from 1 to 5. Remember, families, please don't tell them the number or help them with it all the time. You can help them during the actual math lessons. This is for me to know if we need to practice this more individually. It'll also show me how they're working on writing the shapes of their numbers and how they're forming those. All right, on to the next page. For here, I want you to see that this is the first question, that's the second question, and this is the third question. You are going to choose either yes or no, okay? Are these in counting order? So when we count, do we count 4, 2, 1? Is that right? You're going to fill in the little blue circle yes if you think it's right. Fill in the little blue circle no if that is not right. So 4, 2, 1. Yes or no? The next one is 3, 4, 5. When we count, are 3, 4, 5 in order? Is this how we count? 3, 4, 5? Yes or no? And then 1, 2, 3. Yes or no? For the orange over here, it says 3 children each bring 1 book to school. Draw counters to show the books and then write the number. So over here you're going to be drawing a picture of counters. 3 children each bring 1 book to school. So we're not drawing books, you're drawing counters to show the books, okay? That's important. I know sometimes it's more fun to draw the pictures, but we need to practice drawing those counters that represent the books. So there are 3 children, each bring 1 book to school. Draw the counters to show the books and then write the number. The green turtle says Sam has no apples in his basket. Sam has no apples in his basket. How many apples does Sam have? Write it on the line. And then for the red boat, kind of looks like a triangle, there are 2 apples on the table. Kia takes the 2 apples to a friend. How many apples are on the table now? I'll read it again. There are 2 apples on the table. Kia takes 2 apples to a friend. How many apples are there now? Write it on the line. On this page, you are going to show 2 ways to make 5. So remember, for this lesson, you might want to have your red and yellow crayon to show me. You're going to be coloring ways to make 5. And then write the number on the line. So I'm going to give you a little hint. Remember, your numbers down here have to match your counters. So blank and blank. So give me 2 numbers that add up to 5, or ways to make 5. And then down here, another way to make 5. I'll give you a little hint here. If you want to use your counters, you may. So you can use your counters to show different ways to make 5. And then write it on the line. And then 14, oopsies, not supposed to name the number, but that's okay. The Christmas tree. Write the number that comes after 3 in counting order. So when you're counting, what comes after 3? Draw counters to show the number. So use your counters for this. Draw counters and write the number that comes after 3 in counting order. And that is the end of that page. One last page. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, that's the beginning of the next one. Apologize. So that was the last page. So we'll start on this one. 73, 74, 75, 76. You can re-watch it to hear the instructions again if you need to hear one again to work through it. Or someone at home can read it to you. But remember, please, parents, don't tell them the number or the rhyme for the number, and do not read the possible words or numbers to them. That is part of them getting the answer right, is knowing what those numbers are. This one you can say for them, the 4, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, yes or no. Please let me know if you have any questions. And remember, this one goes back in the folder with their name on it, please, for the next pick update. Thank you.